The 1932 to 1933 Ashes Tour is more commonly referred to as the Bodyline Test. Douglas Jardine, England's captain, developed an approach to rid talented batsman Donald Bradman and the rest of the team from the crease. The strategy known as bodyline involved the ball being bowled fast and short at the batsman, while fielders floated near leg side. This strategy was intended to catch the batsmen off guard and intimidate them. However, it presented a genuine physical threat to the batsmen. The example of bodyline being bowled is shown in the video now. Bodyline had significant implications for Australia's relationship with England, as it was revealed for the first time that the effective sport had the potential to damage wider international relations. Australia and England previously shared an affectionate bond due to having supported each other during World War I, but the Great Depression had already strained trade and political relations between Australia and England, and the bodyline tactics were to make matters worse. The bodyline tactics were put into action during the first game of the Test series in Australia. Tempers flared on and off the field during the third game when one delivery hit Australian captain Bill Woodfull just above the heart. Fans shouted abuse from the stands towards the England team. They said things such as, "You pommy bastard," and "Hey Larwood, bowl at the wicket, not his head." English co-manager Plum Warner was also outraged by the events unfolding. He visited the Australian change rooms when Woodfull had been dismissed to express sympathy and concern for his injury. However, Woodfull was not pleased to see him and told Mr. Warner that he did not want to see him and that there were two teams out there but only one was playing cricket. When Jardine was told what was said in the change rooms, he simply replied with, "I couldn't care less," proving that he only cared about winning. The England team continued bowling bodyline at the Australian batsmen. Larwood bowled a ball at Oldfield, which hit the top edge of his bat and flew into his temple. He collapsed to the ground and the crowd again yelled abuse at the English team and waved their fists angrily. Later after that delivery, Jardine moved to the fence to field, but quickly retreated as abuse and orange peels were hurled his way. The Australians were frustrated because the England tactics went against all that was valued in cricket, fair play and ethical conduct. The Australian players all placed the blame on Jardine and were quick to label him as bastard. Gubby Allen wrote a letter to his parents after the match had finished to prove that even the Englishmen were fed up with Jardine's tactics. The letter stated that Jardine was stupid and whined if he didn't get what he wanted, and some days Gubby felt like killing Jardine. In response to the bodyline bowling, the Australian Board of Control sent a cable to the MCC in London stating that it was causing a bitter feeling between players and that it was unsportsmanlike. The Australian Board of Control stated that unless it was stopped at once, it would likely upset friendly relations that existed between Australia and England. Due to Australia being 2 wins to 1 down in the series, most of the British press just considered the Australians to be sore losers, exaggerators and whiners. The MCC replied, saying that they did not think there was unsportsmanlike play, and they had full confidence that the English team would do nothing to infringe the laws of cricket or the spirit of the game. The Governor of South Australia was in England at the time of the third test, and his private secretary, who was back in Australia, urged him to speak to the Dominion's office in London. The Governor did speak to the Dominion's office and cabled his secretary saying that what had happened in the cricket matches was unimportant compared to maintaining good relations between Australia and England. As the English team returned home, they were seen as heroes, which reflected British's attitude to the bodyline tactics. In order to re-establish friendly relations between Australia and England, before the Australians toured England in 1934, the MCC assured that the same bodyline tactics would not be used. Larwood refused to apologise and never played for England again. Although the bodyline was successful in restricting Bradman and the other Australian batsmen from scoring, the actions of Jardine nearly ended cricket relations between two countries.